So I'm reconnecting with my old friend, Leigh Kakaty from Pop Evil. It is great to see your beautiful face, first of all. Oh my gosh, even if it's via computer. How are you?
Real good. It's great to see yours as well. And, I'm excited, man. Things are starting to get back to normal. So this is a good thing. Hopefully I can see you in person here sooner than later.
You are going to see me at Starland Ballroom. I will be there on Thursday, the 16th of September, a WDHA Presents show. I'm so ready for you, okay? All right, I'm repping the Motor City here because I got little Marvin on.
Yes.
I've been wearing a lot of the Marvin shirts going, what's going on, recently. And wait, I've got my deluxe edition, which I spent a lot of time with over the holiday weekend because, first of all, I'm so into it because I think you guys have done what I think all bands want to do with a new record. You have satisfied the fans that have been with you since 2008, the lipstick on the mirror, Pop Evil fans who love you guys and the anthemic and great songs and everything else. And then you opened up a door for a whole new fan base to be grooving on the tunes. And that's what Versatile is all about. Versatile is a record that is versatile, but we still get everything we love from PE. Did you guys go into this record thinking you wanted to do that, or did it just turn out that way?
I mean, a little bit of both. I think that's the true versatility or the duality of the band is, we've constantly been growing. I mean, you think about those early years that you were a part of, we're a totally different band now, so, we still don't want to disrespect the fans that have been with us from the beginning. How do we juggle that early sound, but still, put ourselves in a position to grow and, to stay relevant, to stay new, to stay fresh and to have fun. I mean, that's the reality for us is how do you make music that keeps us motivated every night, that keeps us on stage? Because there is, you got to play the old stuff all the time, every night. It's fun to have some fresh new sounds coming in and just new content, new ideas, new music. It was, I think, part of the plan, we wanted to kind of, create that mixture, but at the end of the day, you never know when you set in to do an album what's going to turn out. But it was just amazing. We were really stoked about it. And then of course pandemic hit, but here we are.
And a scary time because you guys made a record that you were also proud of.
Right.
You and me spoke in 2020. I actually Zoomed with Hayley too. And she was really poured her heart out and said, man, we are so proud of this record. And it's such a non-traditional time now and so different for us that I'm really hoping that it sees the light of day the way that we want it to, because you get an album cycle, you get a touring cycle with a record, you get a promotional cycle, and everything was kind of shut down. So even though it was a little later than expected, congratulations on number one at radio. I mean, how many number ones have you guys had?
Thank you so much.
With Breathe Again. So what was that like for you when you guys were getting when we were going to release the record and everything? How did you feel? Was there this anxiety, putting out this phenomenal record that you were also proud of?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, you're juggling. I mean, we just got finished with the album. We just finished photo shoots, talking about the music videos, and we had, I think, 2 weeks off, maybe 3 weeks, which was the longest break we've had in a long time. I remember that. So we were all looking forward to kind of spending some time with our families. And then, when spring hit, we were going to be gone, till fall pretty much. So, when that thing started to look like they were going to be shut down or the lockdown started, we were confused, I mean, okay, well, when did the musicians get to come back? When do we get to go back? Like our whole livelihood, from band members to crew, everything was, kind of, very stressful. It's like, are we really not going to work for a whole year? Like, what do we do? Like, and I think that a lot of musicians can relate. It was a scary time, and of course, luckily we had an album done. So, we could somewhat say, okay, well, look, we can sit out for a couple of months, and then, a couple of months turned to 6 months, 7 months. And then once it got, to a year, it was like, okay, wow, we're going to have to release something, and then we started to just little by little decide that we were going to start releasing some songs. We released the 2 with Work and Let the Chaos Reign. And then of course, those were experimental with Work. And then of course, Let the Chaos Reign was the heaviest song the band's ever released to date. And then, when that had run its course, we knew Breathe Again was a special song. It was kind of that song early on in the album process that we knew there was something special there. How special, we had no idea, but we knew that was the song that we felt like our fan base would really like. And of course, sure enough, when we released that song, it just blew up for us. And to have a song go number one when we haven't played one show together, we haven't even played the song together, but once or twice.
Amazing. That is just amazing. And I was almost wondering when I first saw it, in the track listing, and I was like, I wonder if it's a continuation of the song Breathe. Like I thought, maybe, I don't know, maybe it was sort of a,
It was. It was in a way, like we're big, I always like to see, again, I'm a big movie guy and I love to just entertainment in general. So to have fans be able to go into more of your song catalog or your earlier songs, I think is great. And you're the only one that's really asked me about that. But yeah, it is a bit of a sequel to Breathe.
I was listening to them both back to back, and I was like, wow, maybe it is. Like I gotta sort of ask him about it, and I didn't hear anything about it. And I was like, I gotta get Leigh and I gotta figure out if it's sort of like the sequel, because you guys are a visual band too. There are bands that I listen to as a kid, whether it's Iron Maiden, and you see and you hear the music. And I think for a contemporary band, Pop Evil has been one of those bands that I could sort of see the music. I mean, I thought the video to Work was just mind blowing. I mean, that was just an amazing video, and so I visually see a lot of the music.
Yeah, and we're constantly thinking about the visual ways to challenge our fan base. I mean, you look at the album art itself, it's always great to, give the fans a visual perspective. I mean, always when you write these songs, you're thinking about ways to you take them to the stage, you think about how you're going to perform them. So, visual is very important to us.
And, I think of you guys, I always make up words for bands. Like Rival Sons, I call their music kind of sweatal because it's like a swampy metal. You guys, I've been saying on the air, there's a lot of helody. It's heavy melody. It's like this sound of helody where everything can be heavy, but man, that melody is beautiful and takes you on a journey. And I want to talk a little bit too. I want to talk about Hayley because I think her contribution to the band, I think she was the perfect piece to set you into this. As you said, look, we're a totally different band now. Here's what I loved about her entree into the band, and not just because I'm a fan of women in music and everything. It wasn't about gender for you guys. It was just about getting the right person to fit the band. And whether or not that was a male or a female did not matter. And I just think she has brought such an incredible energy and groove, and I just love her playing, and I love her as a musician.
Yeah, I mean, really what she's brought to us, I mean, that's great to hear, and you're absolutely right. But what she's brought to us is a true, genuine sisterhood, mother. She's a mother. She's a sister. She's a brother when she needs to be. She's just such a light on the bus to really bring us all together. To give us that female perspective that we never knew we wanted, but we're so glad we have now that she's there. And she's just that calm. And then of course when she gets on the skins and hits those drums, I mean, her meter is so on lock.
She's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Her hands were bleeding.
Yeah.
At our Raven Room listener experience, which people still talk about, because we were going to do like a 4-song acoustic set, and it turned into this amazing 2-hour acoustic show. And then you guys went out on the acoustic tour. So our listeners felt they were very ownership of that. They were like, see, we got the big show. Yeah. And then they realized how amazing it was in Jersey. So they went out on the acoustic tour. So WDHA listeners, I will let you know, took ownership of that a little bit. Whether or not we should have, we still took it.
They should. I mean, the show there, the acoustic show in Jersey, I know we had been talking, but usually when we do the VIPs, the two things fans always say is when's the acoustic album dropping, and then of course when's their a live DVD. So they're really passionate about the acoustic stuff. And like you said, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Growing up in Michigan on the lake, and of course, in Jersey, having the ocean there, a lot of us did that in the summer, right? We'll go out to the beach, we'll bring the acoustic guitar, we'll jam, have a couple drinks, and everyone will hang out around the bonfire and just kind of, share stories. That's kind of how I grew up, so the acoustic guitar is very, very much important part of music to me in my life. And, as the bands continue to get heavier and heavier, the acoustic is gotten further and further away at Pop Evil as far as our live shows. So we felt like, an acoustic tour where we can literally just focus on the acoustic elements of Pop Evil would be something that would be amazing. And of course that show there with you guys in Jersey just solidified that, like, man, we need to do this. This is the year. It's always connected, had a great connection that's different than the live connection. So, it's definitely something we want to look forward to do. Unfortunately, COVID hit and kind of just the momentum we had from the acoustic tour.
Right.
Back matches, but we're definitely excited to have that be a staple. And even, you know, hopefully CDs with songs that are only on our acoustic records. So, you know, that would be something that I definitely would like to do in the future. But, you know, first things first is getting the band back and, you know, getting the live show and getting fans familiar with that Helity sound of
The
Pop Evil.
The Helity's coming back. And the tour is kicking off now very soon, right?
It
July
is.
14th, right? We've got the tour
Yep.
coming. Wow.
Yep, we're back in the studios here in Detroit, and it's just been great to see, you know, see the fans. We got a lot of other Detroit musicians that are here hanging out. And just again, that's the one positive thing with COVID. Normally this business is so quick into the next song, next single, next album that you don't really get to see anybody. And it was great, you know, getting to visit, got to hang out with Uncle Cracker a little bit. I haven't got to see him in a long time. So, you know, and then of course our close friends that we grew up with out here in the studio today, and just jamming, man, and just diving into these new songs. And it's been great to not have it be rushed. We're just in here enjoying. It'll be great to see what songs make the set. That's all I know. We'll see what happens.
It's got to be harder and harder these days too for you guys, because you know the catalog just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and there's so many amazing songs. You know, Pop Evil, man, I mean, every song is got power and passion, and the catalog just grows and grows and grows. I'm super psyched that we've got a Starland Ballroom date. It's funny because whenever we go, WDHA concert announcements coming, I always have people on Instagram or emailing me, is it Pop Evil? Is it Pop Evil? Is it Pop Evil? Because people just love coming out to your shows. I mean, you have to feel the love when you come to New Jersey, because you've really got that base here, you know?
The Starland Ballroom especially, you know, when people ask us, especially at home, you know, a lot of people be like, where's your favorite place to play other than Michigan? And we're always like Jersey, you know, like Starland Ballroom, the energy, the loyalty to Pop Evil is just unbelievable. And, you know, big kudos to you for all the support for us for the years to help us grow this. And we can't wait. You know, like I said, when we get back, maybe we can get in and do some more acoustic stuff. And whenever it needs to be, you know, I'll do whatever for the
You're
listeners.
the best, always. Oh, so does it feel like longer than a decade? Does it feel like so much longer than a decade? Does it feel like 200 years or 2 years? Tell me.
It's crazy. You know, I've been doing the vocal warm-ups, you know, throughout COVID, but, you know, getting back in and really pushing this week. Oh man, it's crazy. I feel like it's just like a muscle you have to stretch back out. You know, you could literally take for granted before COVID and just go sing without warming up and you're fine. You know, now it's like, oh man, having 2 years off feels like it's been an eternity, man. I mean, you know, some of us have had, some of the other band members were working other jobs just to stay, just for something to do. You know what I mean? We were sitting there with no shows. I mean, we literally had to be like, okay, ready, set, wait. You know, so I mean, just out of sheer boredom, you know, to try to get
crew members. You guys were very big on making sure you have your crew. It's a whole family. I don't think some people realize. And I had, it was Sean Morgan from Seether actually, who was telling me what a tough time he had, and he said, I just felt like what we were doing wasn't considered essential, and I just felt like it didn't matter, you know. And it was a time for us where we saw how much music mattered to people. So, you know, we knew that that wasn't true. So it was just such a change for everyone in lifestyle and crew, in, you know, having Hayley be in one place and you guys be in another place. You know, it was just one of those things that I'm just so happy that we're all digging out of.
Yeah, you're right. You know, having to, you know, I know Hayley, I just talked to her the past few days nonstop. So it's just, she's really excited. She's trying to get her appointments in, you know, to get her visa stuff figured out with COVID. So she's hopeful to get here hopefully sooner than later. But, you know, we got all the filling guys here trying just so we can stay fresh on our job. So I agree with Sean. It's tough. You just it's just a different time, but I know the fans are all going through it too. So you just got to be honest with them, let them, educate them with what's going on in your life, and they'll be there for you to support. You know, we feel like we really do have the best fans on the planet, especially there your way in Jersey. And it's just love, man. It's just about getting back out, and almost like we've been knocked down, you know, down to the basement floor. It's time to just build it back up.
I think this is going to be a really special summer when people get to see their favorite bands again after really feeling that sense of loss. I think the appreciation is going to be there so much more. And by the way, too, congratulations on yet another great single.
Thank you.
You know, because now we're getting into, are we on single number 3?
I think
officially.
Officially 3. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wow. I mean, we're officially on single number 3 with Survivor, and it's such a great, you know, song. It's funny because you guys put this record together before COVID, but it seems like it is almost a template for it, or you know, it's a record that really personifies what we've all been through this past year.
Yeah, it's funny you say. I get asked a lot with the album dropping what these songs meant to me back then, and they mean nothing the same that they mean to me now.
Right.
So crazy. And Survivor is an interesting song, from a lot of friends and family. They're always like, when are you going to write another 155? So same style that, I wrote 155 back in 2015 by myself on my couch. We did the same thing with Survivor. It's just no acoustic guitar. We used the electric clean. So it's the same old school. We threw some new elements in it so you can have a little bit of that fresh, those fresh, tasty nuggets of where Pop Evil is today. But it's just old school, classic Pop Evil ride, summertime jam. So I hope the fans enjoy Survivor as much as we do. And out of all the album, it's one that if I listen to the record, always Survivor, is always the first one to listen to.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Brilliant tune. And of course, versatile. The deluxe edition with the number ones is so fantastic. If you have not downloaded it or picked it up or however you get your music, and we're all excited for Starland Ballroom. We've got a show coming up on September 16th. I will be there. WDHA presents. Tickets now, WDHAFM.com, StarlandBallroom.com. And I love you. I'm so happy to see your face. Thank you for taking the time.
I love you back. And just a reminder to the VIP, Terry, you'll get a kick out of this. We're including the Pop Evil Versatile album on cassette tape. So
I love that.
For the fans. So I've been asking for it for years. We're finally doing it. So it's only for the VIP. It's only 1,000, I think, being made. So once they're gone, they're gone. So again, for all of you Jersey listeners out there and Pop Evil fans who appreciate the old school stuff, there's some cassette tapes coming. So you can only get them.
Old school, baby. Firing up that rock and roll mixtape. I love you. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
I love you, Terry. I can't wait to see you then, hopefully sooner than later. We'll see you in September.
DHA's Reconnect with Rockers is powered by Karis Lock Company, your full-service locksmith, and Dover Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on Route 46 in Rockaway. Online at doverdodge.com.